Oh, again. Sorry, microphone was working. I think it switched itself off. Just test that, so you got a lot of white noise in my ear. No, hang on. That's echoing back, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Some issues here. Feedback. What could be feeding back, though? And I'm just take this off a sec. So, hello? That's okay. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But guys, if anyone's getting feedback, please do let me know. This is, I'm trying to do this all off one screen on one laptop, and it's frequently trying. I will upgrade my rig in time, but for now, let's start small. We're very new to this game. This streaming thingy-bob. So, yeah, whoever you are, stand up and be counted. Say hello across every channel on the internet, pretty much. We are on Twitch, we are on Twitch, we are on TikTok, YouTube, there's a few others, I think probably Twitter. Yeah, anyway, we're live. So hello, how are we all? Also, I'm primarily watching the YouTube channel, but if anyone says anything on any other channel, I should also see it. Although that is prone to a bit of failure, as I found it yesterday, and I'm sorry to anyone who left me messages. I try my best, but if the screens don't give me any indication that they're not working, I just don't know that they're not working. There it goes. Just open up that, open up this. Good stuff. Let's jump into here. What is this saying? SMP, stream, blah, 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 blah. Get up my way menu. YouTube letter? Yeah, yes it is. There we go. We've got an actual stream. Perfect. Okay, we are scrolling down on YouTube. Hey Nova, how you doing? Sorry, I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm catching up. How are you today, Nova? You okay? I'm sat here with a lot of white noise in my ear. We are currently in the we're currently in the third eye, which is a sort of an audio-visual experiment designed to either stimulate or calm people down, depending which. We have an array of noises here. We have pink noise, we have, well, brown noise over there, and there's white noise over there. And all these things affect people very differently. Some of them relax them, some help to focus, some help to stimulate. There's lots of different noise experiments in here. So again, this is called the third eye, or technically the full title is White Lotus, the third eye. And it looks a little bit similar like this. So here. So this is a world delay release, I think back in March this year, because it just threw the place. They could come to help me focus. So now a lot of these sort of noises relax me or stimulate me, one of the two. So if I'm having trouble getting motivated. In fact, let's have a quick tour before I get started. So today's episode is actually called Making a Lotus, I believe, unless I've mistitled it. But what we're going to be trying to do is paint a lotus flower and then construct it in 3D, which is going to be a real challenge, guys, because I've never tried to do anything like this before. But I know it's certainly what the best sort of 3D creators do. They make their own textures and they make their own meshes and apply them to them. So I want to give it a go. To be honest, I want to try some like fauna. And why do I want to do that? Well, so I'm building over in Banter at the moment, and Banter, unlike Horizon Worlds, gives me the. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Banter, unlike Horizon Worlds at the moment, gives me the ability to actually import custom geometry and texture and really sort of get quite fancy with what we're doing. Because at the moment in Horizon Worlds, obviously everything is just boxes and 11 textures. So, pretty much. So I'm really waiting for Horizons to sort of upgrade its shit. I know, don't get wrong, there are a lot of early access people who are getting to play with this stuff, but that's not me, I don't care. I really don't. I want to split me to see getting access to this on a wider level, but I get why they're doing it. They're being really careful. Because they know that, like, people could get really silly, not just from a sort of what graphic material people could upload, because we're already seeing some crazy shit going on in here. Not gonna lie. But on top of that, it's like, yeah, you could have everything from really like criminally, well, offensive material to sort of criminally inappropriate material, through to just copyrighted stuff, like stolen sort of textures, copyrighted textures, models, etc., being uploaded. Really, really bad shit could happen. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, that's where the community has to be responsible. And I'm sure there are some elements who won't be, and you know, whatever, there need to be enforcement policies in place for that, I guess. But yeah, all cool, all cool. Right, let's have a little walk over here then. So we're gonna go look at the arm movement thing just to get me moving. This exercise is designed to get your arms kind of above your head and moving. It's very, very simple. It looks like a game, kind of not a game. It's just meant to sort of promote a little bit of movement. Think of it kind of like unguided Tai Chi, right? So with Tai Chi, you have to sort of go through a bunch of movements, and yeah, kind of be cool. It's like the act of lifting up my arms made me yawn, so just move forward a little bit, so you can kind of see I'm controlling these little flashy things with my arms. I need to do some more work on this build. I have an entire orange area just over there, and that always was going to be something, and today might be the day, and no, we might upgrade that. I keep saying that, but I haven't actually edited this month. I haven't edited this build in 5 months. That gives you an idea of how much I've needed to update. Or how much I've been focused on other things, or how much of a bloody lower I've been. I've shot a lot of energy back now, but oh man, it's been tough. I'll tell you what, it's been a bad year in terms of I would say mental health, for sure. Where time has just passed. I think if I had ADHD before, it got a whole lot worse. To the point where like time is just disappearing. So I can kind of see if I come over here, controlling this pink ball in front of us, just by releasing my hand to my face. Kind of cool. This was actually inspired a little bit by the in Space XR Rock. If any of you guys have played that, and if you haven't, please do consider it. If you need that sort of app in your life, I think it's price dropped actually recently. I'm not sure. I did buy it for like 25 quid, which is quite expensive for what it is. But 10, 15, much better price tag. Much more passable. But yeah, so there's a game in there where you have to sort of move your arms to sort of control a floating orb to basically hit down blocks and make them disappear. Now this isn't that. I wasn't trying to actually replicate that, but I thought, what a great exercise to get people's arms above their heads. So they'll bring that in there. So I just brought in my other hand, and you can now see. Unfortunately, the Quest sensors don't show you what my hands are doing necessarily compared to what I see. So I have to keep moving it so I keep these hands up. So if I now move my hand up, you can see the pink ball is gone. If I move it down, it comes down. So yeah, this is the third eye. But really, the meaning of it was to these little notes, and you can't hear them unfortunately. They make little differently pitched piano sounds, which is pretty cute. And it's a good exercise. Like if you're feeling a little bit exhausted, like first thing in the morning, maybe you had a bit too much to drink or whatever. Yeah, I know what you get to. Then this helps you just get your arms above your head in the same way that like you know, Tai Chi is really just a movement exercise. There's nothing mystical to it. It just gets your arms moving, gets your body moving, just in really slow and gentle ways. It's not like jumping into a high intensity cardio, which is the last thing you want to do with a hangover. This is more about just getting up and gently moving around. Because if you're slumped and you're having difficulty moving, or you're just feeling too lazy to do so, it's amazing what a little movement will do. So this really is just designed to sort of, you know, get you get you moving a little bit, right? And that's, there's no points to it, there's no game, it's just the sort of gentle chimes that go on in the background that, again, I've got environmental sound disabled on these, so you can't hear that, and that's just so I don't get copyright strikes when I go into other people's worlds, because some people are uploading copyrighted music everywhere, which is, I went into a few worlds and people were literally shoving like devices that were playing like copyright and rap music in my face, and I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And next thing, I didn't get copyright strikes, but like portions of my video again used it. Just this. So they're considering doing streaming. Turn off all audio. Just turn off all audio apart from, you know, some licensed music, which you can pay various music licenses like Monster Cat or you know, Upbeat or whatever, and obviously very different services with different levels of known music. Monster Cat is very good for commercial music. And Upbeat is very good for music which you won't have heard before, but it's sort of smaller artists they'll earn revenue from you playing that, which is great. But it means you don't get copyright strikes for it there. So you have to think ahead of the game when you're doing these sorts of live streams. Because if you're doing short videos with short music clips on, it doesn't seem to matter too much. They don't seem to pull you over a barrel for that. Because you start doing longer form videos along the streams, then yeah, you're gonna get bloody problems there if you start broadcasting full on copyright album tracks. And even worse when it's not your fault as such. Like you've basically gone into an area where someone decided to put copyright material in there and you had no idea, and because you as the broadcaster absorb that responsibility, unfortunately it's on you, so it affects you. You know, it's a bit like, imagine if your favorite TV station, you know, broadcasts something really illicit. You can't blame the person who did the illicit thing. It's actually the broadcaster's responsibility, and if they slept up, they slept back, right? Well, no wrong that they can blame him, but in terms of broadcasting it, that is kind of your responsibility. Which is why I try and mitigate as much as I can. You can't see the portals that are dropped around me. You can't share other people, etc., etc. So it's just all about sort of keeping that platform as safe as possible through mitigation. So if there ever was any kind of contention or complaint, then I'm in a strong place to sort of come at it and go, I did my best, man. This wasn't my fault, and here's all the mitigations I have in place. I wasn't being sloppy. But then it helps you sort of work out what else random shit people get easily asked. But yeah, so far so good. So far it's working. It does mean that, like, I've had lots of people say to me, hey, you should broadcast people's sort of voices on your streams, you know, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. I think if I was ever going to do that, it would be in closed instances with a few absolutely trusted individuals. But I could never do that in a public area. There's just too much crap going on here. Like, sometimes I'm taking videos even in sort of Horizon Central, and I'll have to scratch like middle 1 minute shorts or whatever because someone in the background has yelled out some T words or said like N words or something. And it's like, you can't risk broadcasting that live. That's not, like, I get it. The kids are doing it. They're very young and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're saying. Here's the problem, they're saying it, and what you don't want to do is you don't want to sort of spread that behaviour onto the watchers of your channel, who, you know, might also be kids, because there's no aging on this. I do label it as not for kids, but I haven't put an 18 rated thing on here because I don't believe I broadcast anything that is specifically adult, like 18 rated, but possibly 13 than that, right? But yeah, I'm not especially good with that sort of stuff. I do think that kids under 13 should be out playing, to be honest. Even though actually I wanted to talk to them from age 6, I was definitely playing with my peers. But I think maybe internet access, there's a lot of dangers out there on the internet, and I think if you're under 13, you probably shouldn't be on the web as a whole. Not unless it's like very, very restricted areas, reaching for kids and that sort of stuff. But I think just allowing anyone under the age of 13 to be fully, like, on the web is not a good idea. You know, I think we're all old enough, we've seen enough for some of the bad shit that can happen. And it's like to inflict that on kids under 13 is like, that's not good. That's not good. But I've noticed also Horizon Worlds has now opened themselves to 10 years and up, which is very, very interesting. There was talk last year of them doing that, but then there was talk of them opening it to 18 years old, and like literally every corner of the industry was like, don't do it. But here's the problem, like, So Meta was Horizons, even since the days of just venues, right? Venues before Horizon Worlds was literally swarming with infants. I swear, like all of them were like 8 years old or whatever on their parents' Oculus Go, back when that was a thing. Absolutely swarming with kids, and it's actually the reason I never really came into venues much was because it was just full of aggressive kids all the time. And it's like, I gotta be honest, I got better things to do than come into a virtual experience and be yelled at by a hunksy little kids. It's like, who's got time for that? I ain't enough time for that. They're not my kids. You know? But no one has got time for that. And the amount of adults who are literally put off this. I've known so many people have gone out and bought like Quest headsets, right, as adults, and they've come into like Horizon Worlds and be screamed at by children, and they've just gone, right, I'm never going back to Horizon Worlds. I'm never going back because now it's just full of kids. And of course, they don't stick around to find out that there are areas where adults are. And so this is where I always sort of try and greet new adults and say, hey, look, you've just got to try and search for worlds that are labeled with 18 plus. It's not the best mechanic. But they do try to sort of keep the little ones out to the best of their ability. But you know, it is what it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what the solution is. People keep saying, it's on the parents. It's on the parents. Sure, but clearly you're not doing anything on that. Some of them are. Like, you know, I'm not saying this about all parents. And a lot of parents are incredibly responsible. Unfortunately, there are a lot who aren't. I know a lot of parents who do let their kids come on here, and they are, you know, 13 or whatever, but they do sort of, they're near them in the same room, so if they hear any funny business going on, they can just immediately whack the sort of their headsets off and course correct. But there's a lot of dangers in any virtual environment for kids. Those cannot be ignored. They really can't. Even if it's just like kids listening on conversations, which they shouldn't be, because it's just a bit too much information, because adults coming in, they might talk about adult stuff, right? We can't sing the ends, hey, you can't come in here and talk about adult stuff, you adults, because there are kids present. The adults don't want to be near the kids. They want to have their own fucking space. The kids have got like so many different areas that they can go to, like 90% of the platform. If they're going at, they don't need to sort of all absolutely ram right into adult spaces and just ruin it for them. But yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a really tricky one, but I know where I stand is that kids and adults have absolutely no good reason to interact on this platform. And I think that should be stopped. I really do. If anyone could name a good major case here for why kids and adults should be allowed to talk to each other within Meta Horizons, I'm all ears. And don't give me this whole, but what if I want to bring my kid in here, because closed instance, fine. That's the solution to that. You do not need to expose your kid to literally hundreds of thousands of other adults, and vice versa. Anyway, I will die on that hill. I've seen enough to make me think that just is not a good idea. I've tried opening worlds as like grade for everyone rather than just 18 plus, right? And what happens is you'll be having a nice sort of chat with some people, and then next thing you know, you'll have some little nipper comes in and just goes, hi, me, and it's like, oh god, what just happened to you? You're literally trying to have a conversation, and the problem is, it is not my responsibility to tell him to stop doing that or behave in a different way that, you know, isn't annoying the shit out of people. It's not my responsibility. I'm not a babysitter. It's like, show me a paycheck, and I'll just no. I'm not a babysitter for other people's kids. Start. No one is. Yeah. We didn't sign up for it. Yeah. Best thing they can do is just. I don't create worlds that have adult content in them. Not really. Okay, some of them have drinks which might look like alcoholic cocktails, but to be honest, they could be mocktails. They're never labeled as such. Really, I stay away from sort of adult themes in my builds. So the builds themselves, I would be okay with kids sort of running around and exploring with mostly. But in terms of like actually able to join an instance where adults are, no, I'm not cool with that. And yet, at the moment, all we've seen is just a slew of kids coming into this constantly. You try and run an adult room, and what happens is it throws in child after child in absolute swarms, and no reason us to get rid of, don't get me wrong, but it's just the point of it. Like, what are you doing? There's literally, there's a mechanism in Horizons, which is either recommending or allowing children into worlds clearly marked as that 18 plus. You could say, like, you know, graphic depictions, not graphic depictions of sex, because there we are, verboten by a party, but you could say, like, you know, they've got sexually suggestive content or nudity, they've got sort of alcohol, drugs, etc. You can literally slap all those tags against your world and say that this world is that, this world contains all of the bad shit, right, all of it. And then still you'll have Meta's sort of menu is somehow allowing like 13-year-olds in. And it's like, well, do you know what, I fucking tried. You know? I really do feel for people who sort of are running the more adult sort of themed worlds. So they're like, what are you supposed to do there? You can't be there all the time, that's ridiculous. It's not like you're being paid to be here, right? You're literally doing this for free. Creating these experiences for free. You're grading these worlds as adults only, and yet child after child is being absolutely swarmed in. And it's like, it's pretty stupid. I kind of like the way that sort of like, you look at the way banter works. No one under the age of 18 is allowed on that platform. That's it, stab. If you're under 18, yeah, you can't want it, it's not for you. They labels that. Whereas this one just keeps pushing the boundaries to say, oh yeah, we want like tons and tons of kids to come in here, because I think they think that's where the market is, which is interesting. Because I swear to God, if Roblox is, I've never used Roblox, but I hear that's climbing in popularity. I didn't realise this about Roblox. Apparently there's no voice chat in Roblox. It's all text based. I did not know that. And I think, wow, if that ever brings in voice chat, well, one, they're going to have the same problem as a lot of other platforms, but two, the amount of people using Roblox apparently is fearsome. And then on top of that, you got Fortnite, right? So Fortnite is an interesting one, because at the moment, Fortnite is, Fortnite I always associate with being like a Battle Royale game, but they do social events in there, man. And one of the big sort of theories at the moment is that if Fortnite ever sort of used the same engine to create a massive social sort of ecosystem where people could build their own worlds and stuff, chances are they would level the competition. I don't know if that's really happening, but if they made that VR, they really would. They'd run away with it. If Fortnite became a mess of this product, the full mess of this product, which you would argue it kind of really is heading that way. Companies will do what companies do, I guess. And if this is what they want to do, then they want to swamp it with kids, fine. Because I guess those kids will grow up in time. It's like, I'm sure they were saying that 5 years ago. And have those kids grown up? I don't know any who's still here. And not that they ever spoke to them, of course, but most of the kids on this platform seem to have like just joined. They don't hang around, they piss off the Fortnite. So, I think kids need protection from adults, adults need protection from kids. It's a two-way street. And this service needs to provide that. I think this world might be graded as everyone, actually. We just check. Yeah, this world is graded as everyone. Everyone can come here. But I'm sat in a closed instance. So what I did with this one, as I sort of said, like, because the amount of stuff in here that's designed for sort of focus, concentration, calming, it was like, oh hey, hello Fist on TikTok, who is hitting that like button. Come on, stand up and be recognized. But yeah, I think so for adults to come in here, they might do a 10-minute sort of meditation session, and that could be a problem if they're in the middle of that, right? And they're pieced out, and then like a little 3-year-old runs in and goes like, hey, and starts like shouting all over the place. That's gonna be really annoying, right? So on the door it does say like, this world is not designed to be run in a public instance. I will sometimes come in and sit in a public instance just to intern people if they're looking around, but no, generally I do not do that. I come in the closed instance. I'm sort of here with my, oh, I'm Matthew. He's Matthew, okay. Thank you. But I just, yeah. But if you as an adult could come onto this platform and only ever see other adults, it would be a really wretched environment. Equally, if you could come onto this platform as a child and only ever see other children, that would be, well, it'd be chaotic as shit. But, you know, predators are a thing, man. They exist on all platforms, and don't get me wrong, I think I don't think Horizons is the worst for it. I'm not going to name names, but you do hear some stories, you do read some articles. Yeah. So, no, and sometimes some videos as well. No, not those kind of videos, just like creepy videos of people sort of chasing people then in VR and confronting them about things, or even recorded evidence of those people doing things is it's not easy to watch. It's really not easy to watch, but in a way I kind of take my hat off to the people who are doing that properly, but I think there are a lot of people who aren't. I think false allegations are definitely some of them need to be second careful, man. I mean, I think people think in here if you make false allegations about people that there's no legal recourse for that, and they are wrong. They're absolutely wrong. But at the same time, there is bad shit going on, and that does need to be outed. Yeah. Oh dear, how are we today anyway, guys? Enough of me wobbling on about a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, hiya Tin, Foxy, how are you doing? Actually, how is Matthew doing? I didn't ask. I'm so sorry. That way too late last night. I was thinking, oh, I'll get a nice early night last night. Yeah, no, 4 a.m. I'm pretty sure it's 4 a.m. It might have been 3, I'm not sure. But, yeah, tonight's going to be almost no different. But that said, I did nap. This is a big snap for me. I napped yesterday. I literally, middle of the day, about 2 p.m. I was going to go to the gym, but I was like, no, I'm just too tired. So I was shutting down. I felt like my whole body was shutting down. I think VR keeps us awake. Oh, we landed in Australia. Oh, that's cool. What kind of work you do over there? You don't have to be specific, but what kind of work is going down under in Australia? Yeah, and I was shutting down so hard. I was just like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and lie on the bed and see what happens. And that was a big step for me because I stay up late, I wake up early, and that's not how you should be. That's not how I should be operating. That's too much. Okay, let's relook it over here. VTuber technical support. VTuber. I'm thinking a VTuber is like a V. Oh, I looked that up. I feel I should know what a VTuber is, and yet I don't. I'm so dumb. Hang on. Tube Studio is a free app that allows you to control your live 2D model in real time. Oh, that's cool. Okay. In VTube Studio is all you'll ever need to become a live 2D VTuber app. Oh, I see. So it's sort of you use a 2D animated avatar over the top of. Right, that's cool. That's cool. Ah, okay. So I saw something on Twitch this morning, which I don't know what app it was. I'm just gonna look it up. Maybe you've heard of them. I'm very, very new to that sort of game, so I didn't immediately recognize. Sorry if this makes any noise. Just gonna go to it, but there was in Fulham something called Fillion or Fillion_waiting. I'll put the name of it in here, but it really surprised me when I saw it because it was very strange. It was like a bunch of people in almost like VR chat avatars. But they seem to be streaming from an in-game camera. Oh god, there's like some frog within me. I think this is a replay. I think it was a replay. So the name of the YouTube channel is Fillion or Fillion Waiting. I'm watching Fillion Waiting right now. Seems to be people in, I think it's VR chat doing kind of what I'm doing here, but obviously they're doing it as a big sort of social thing with a lot more people. And they've got like full body tracking by the looks of it. So I want to say it's VR chat, but I'm not sure. Fillion is lost. What's it say? If I have a look in the here, does it say what games they play? I'm gonna watch this one because I was thinking like, I think I might be one of the first people on Horizon Worlds who's doing this kind of like talk to the camera presentation in an avatar, right? I know a lot of people do it while doing world hopping or playing games and stuff. But I've never seen anyone sort of do it just as this sort of like random, just like, let's talk at crap. That is a VTuber model, okay. But the weird thing with that is that is presented in 3D with other people. Is that what VTube does? Could it just looks like it's like VR chat? Yeah, I'll be watching it with keen interest because it's clearly a thing coming in, and I love it. I think that there are a lot of people who would love to be sort of like streamers, but for some reason maybe they lack the confidence to sort of actually get their face on camera, or they value their privacy, or they want to sort of really go full metaverse and just, you know, role play characters, right? So many people, and I find this fascinating, so many people in here are tied to the idea of what they consider to be their real world identity. So it's like, I must look like what I look like in real life. I must be an exact replica and no different, because I cannot, you know. And it's like, I find that really interesting, and I'm not knocking it. I know lots of lovely people who are like that. So they want their online identity to look and feel exactly like they are in real life. And there are obviously many who don't. And that's also fine. Absolutely fine. This is, for a lot of people, this is in itself escapism, right? If people really valued real life that much, they're in here, they'd be down the pub, they wouldn't be in here. So it's like, you know, if you're gonna come into this sort of fantasy illusion of society 2.0, I guess, you know, we go to live shows in here, like we got a great chat show tonight called UK's Finest Ladies, which it is in the UK, it's every week at 11 p.m. And there is a world called UK's Finest Ladies, and it's a wonderful chat show. If I said it was 11, I'm so sorry. It's 10 p.m. Every week without fail for the last year. And everyone just turns up. It's a lot of the British community sort of turn up because it is a British-led event. Probably gathered that from the name. But yeah, it's just great to see everyone sort of come out of their worlds and all come together in that sort of place. It's special. And it's fun as well. Yeah, nice sort of panel show to talk about sort of sensitive issues. Bit of fun. Sometimes it gets a bit serious when people sort of open up. But yeah, I love it. It's a great show. It was a really good idea. That's sort of run by a lot of girls from the UK, primarily I think Platinum Queen. And you got people like Little Madam, Jays, etc. Steffi Rose, Teresa. There's all the sort of the favourites are in there. And it's just, they do such a good show that they work so well together. And that's why it's been going a year. I think that's that, and hopefully many more. Yeah, that's anyway. Even on a Friday night, like, I'm very, very careful about sort of posterising the White Lotus too much, because whilst people have got other places to be, what I will do is I'll open it a little bit early, because if that show starts at 10, but I know people tend to go over there from about 9 o'clock because no one wants to miss out. So people have been getting there increasingly earlier, so to make sure they don't miss out. And that's, I had some technical difficulty last year. Speaking of which, actually, I just checked my battery level. That's fine. Sometimes I'm using an audio adapter on my headset, so sometimes I notice my battery has been self-draining, and the problem is to unplug it and replug it. I have to restart the headset, which involves me leaving every one of them in. So that obviously I can't be doing. I need to check well in advance of that, but that's not an issue. I would love to have a battery indicator actually in front of me the whole time if it's less than like 100%, or if it's not charging. If it's not holding its charge, that would be nice. So at least I'm aware that it's discharging. Because otherwise I have to go into, well, the thingy menu. Anyway, I am digressing quite heavily. What I'm going to try and do now, guys. Now this stream is called Making a Lotus. So I'm going to try making a Lotus. So I'm going to pull open a reference picture of, you guessed it, a Lotus. Actually, first of all, I'm going to try and cheat the system. I'm going to do something really cheeky here, right? Really, really cheeky. So I'm going to go into ChatGPT. Don't laugh. I'm going to go into ChatGPT, and I'm going to go into DALL-E, which is the image generation algorithm that comes with ChatGPT. I haven't really been using ChatGPT all that much, to be honest. I've been using more Bing being image designer or whatever it's called now, Copilot, I guess. I prefer the quality of the images that come out of that in terms of the characters. I gotta be honest, like, I think DALL-E on OpenAI seems to be more extensible, you can do more with it. But in terms of getting it right for me, subjectively first time, Copilot's DALL-E is, I think, better. It feels more restrictive as well, so sometimes I have to try, like if you're generating images of humans, I don't know what the hell it's doing behind the scenes. But for example, you could type in something which in no way should produce adult content, and then it'll come back with like, hey, you can't have that because we've generated adult content and we can't show or tell you what we did there, but you can't have it. And it's like, so the point is, I kind of don't care. I don't want you to tell me that you generated adult content of a non-adult content thing. I want you to just go away and come back when you've actually got a goddamn image. Don't waste my time with making me click a button and make me feel like it was my fault. It wasn't. I just wanted a humanoid, you know, standing on a beach eating ice cream or something. I don't want to know that you generated something that you can't show me yet. Don't care. It was an absolutely innocuous request, and you make it a massive deal about it. And I just, that sucks. I think that's the big thing that's holding back sort of DALL-E at the moment. And I read a lot about this, is that it's too over-censored with what it's doing. I get it. They're still testing things out, it's still evolving, and they don't want to be serving anything. They can't afford the mistake of serving something that, you know, contains sort of graphic violence or sort of pornography, because obviously they would never live that down, because there's probably journalists and researchers out there trying to break it right now every minute of every day and try and make the product look bad. So I get why they're doing it. But then, you know, what I tend to do is I tend to take source images from Copilot's DALL-E are brilliant. And then what I'll do is I'll plug them into another service, like maybe Stable Diffusion, maybe something like OpenArt, which is, I was recommended OpenArt a while ago, and I tried it and I wasn't too impressed. Now I use it all the time because I'm using it in the right way. So you take a source image, I still think Copilot still leads the pack with the original image thing, but then if you plumb it into OpenArt and use like the SDXL and the newer Flux libraries or whatever, if you then use the expand feature and the in-paint feature to just replace specific parts of images, to basically put in the things which you think DALL-E won't do. Again, we're not generating porn here, that's not the point. But, you know, it allows you to push it more in a sort of risky direction, where you can actually say, you know, yeah, she's wearing a very small skirt. You know, all these things are very, very important. DALL-E won't do that for you. It'll be like, no, we're showing a bit of ass cheek and we can't say that to you. And say, I'm sorry, but you go to any kind of pop gig in here, and it's like, you know, whether it's Doja Cat or Sabrina Carpenter, you are seeing ass cheek up the wazoo. So it's like, I don't know why it's being so goddamn sensitive. But yeah, it's a thing. So yeah, you just have to sort of leverage different AI models against each other to get the results that you want. So you use one to generate the source, another to elaborate, and then of course you can use tricks like sort of Lumiere Labs or even Runway, then plumb those in to create videos, and so you can turn your 2D art into videos or ability to create 3D models from images as well. So I've not tried that extensively because it seems quite limited. It's a little bit quick in the fact that it works off one image. Tells me quite a lot. It's very good for what it is, but it's not as good as sort of systems which can take 5 images and generate a 3D model off that. 5 images from 5 different angles, for example. But yeah, no, it's good that there's actually over in Bandra a massive 3D render of a Hindu goddess with 6 arms, 2 horns on her head, and wine glasses in sort of half of the hands, standing with a tiger at her feet. And that was generated from, I think it was either DALL-E or it might actually be OpenArt's, probably Flux actually. I think it was Flux. So it's generated from that as a 2D image, then plumbed into a 3D model generation, and that actually output that statue in 3D form as a one-way impression. So that's quite good for doing like a distant model with texture. Up close it looked like absolute trash, and from every angle it looked like absolute trash, but from a distance you can get away with it. It actually looks alright. It looks pretty good. Simple, which is good. Ideal for putting into a game, to be honest, because if you shove that into a game engine, it's quite low poly and the texture is, you know, not exactly high. So yeah, really enjoyed that. But yeah, I need to work on I need to work on this Lotus, so I'm just gonna say I can't do any sort of screen previews at the moment because I'm not set up for it. But when I start mapping it into Blender, we will certainly see that coming into the stream display because I am set up for that. So first of all, I'm going to open up. I use Affinity. I love Affinity. I used to use Photoshop, but then I think I got bored of paying for Photoshop because it's just too expensive for what it is. I think people have gotten used to paying a lot of money for Adobe products, and I think that's, if you're fine with that, and go nuts, keep yourself happy, right? But if you do wish that Adobe products were cheaper, then look at the Affinity products. They're largely the same as the Adobe products, but there are a lot of differences, and I don't know if that's because they have to be different from Adobe. If they were a straight copy, they might find themselves in legal problems, as Macromedia did like 20 years ago. Remember these sort of ongoing lawsuits with that one, where Macromedia, of course, made packages like Dreamweaver, Fireworks, lots and lots of products that Adobe absorbed and rebranded as Adobe products. Lots of the really popular ones, actually. And yeah, I know that Macromedia and Adobe, or at least Adobe, were constantly suing Macromedia, and I think probably was true the same way around, because they were just trying to really handicap each other as creative industries, which is a real shit, isn't it? If you think about that, like, why do companies do that? Like, it's just, you run a good thing in a competitive market, and your competitors are just like, oh, we don't like the way that, like, one of your tool windows looks the same as ours. Okay, it's a tool window, what do you want? So that's stupid. But either way, yeah, they end up buying Macromedia after, I guess, suing them. So yeah, Adobe are not a big fan of Adobe's guys, but and Serif makes Affinity. Now Serif are generally known for smaller sort of scale things, like cheaper, more budget sort of art packs, and I don't that they're serviceable, but Affinity was a real jump. Like, I don't know what team they've got working on Affinity, but it started off as a Mac app. There's Affinity Photo, and then there's Designer. I think there's another one which is like I remember actually. So like I've got them installed, but they're dead cheap. So you can buy that Affinity Photo even full price. Watch out for it in Black Friday sales, of course. But you can buy Affinity Photo for, I think, about the same price as 1 month's worth of Adobe Creative Suite. So that's a perpetual license you buy for like 40 quid. Whereas Adobe Creative Suite is like 40 quid for just temporary access to a bunch of things that you're not all going to use at once. And I think that was well worth it to spend that 40 quid. I think there might even be volume discounts if you buy Photo and Designer together. But yeah, Affinity, there's a lot of videos on it if you need more convincing. I'm not there trying to convince anyone to buy it, but yeah, I'm not using Adobe Photoshop anymore. I've only had one person come back to me and say, "Joel, the only thing it's slightly weaker on, or was, I don't know what it's like now, is if you're looking at photos in the RAW format, apparently Lightroom, Adobe Lightroom still has the leading edge on that. Well, they don't know enough about that. I'm going to take them at their word. Which I have to do because I don't have enough time to test everything, but I don't really want to use Adobe products anymore. Okay. So I'm going to open up a new image, and that image is going to be in a 1024 by 1024 format. Well, no, I do it 512 actually. I think that should be enough pixels to work with. But just create that. So I'm gonna just make the image transparent. I'm so sorry I can't show you this. I'm just not set up for sort of this kind of streaming. But as soon as we go into Blender, look, I'll show you. I'll reopen Blender a sec. I'll just jump in here. So if I jump back to workshops, I should jump in here, and I should have. Oh, so Blender. Boop, and there you go. You can actually see the Blender window there. So we will be moving to Blender as a point, but for now, move this down a set. So, oh, hey Green Girl, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna sort of move that then. Yeah, we're not doing that just yet. Oh, So if I jump back into here, we now got a transparent image. Now I've got to think about what does a lotus leaf look like. Lotus petal, I'm sorry. So I need to do the leaves as well, which I'm going to have to sort of paint, but I'll probably do the petals a separate thing. To petals, I'm sorry, the leaves. Because they're these gigantic whopping things. Okay, so I go here. By the way, anyone watching on Twitch, thank you very much. My Twitch follower count has gone up slightly. It's been a slow grower, but yeah, I think in the last month, I think I've got something like 43 followers, which is really cool. Like, I've come from nowhere. I have no affiliations, no sponsorships, nor do I want any of you who's watching. But I'm gonna see if I can do this on my own without people giving me a leg up. Yeah, but thank you so much for everyone's support. And Kick, I haven't been so strong on Kick. I accidentally disabled the Kick feed during a software upgrade, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. I knocked out the service on Streamlabs without even realizing it. Stupid, but there we go. And TikTok's grown quite well, but I have a bit of an issue with the TikTok client in that it keeps telling me that I'm inactive when I'm literally sat here working and talking to people, and I don't think that algorithm is a good one. I think it's literally so let's move over to somewhere a bit more pretty. Oh yeah. Hey, so stand in the fire. Let's get that. Cool. We're in the fire. Now I'm gonna send the fire. Let's see. There we go. Just here. Yeah, just here. So a bit closer. So TikTok, I have a bit of an issue with the client, and that it's keeps making me solve rudimentary jigsaw puzzles in order to prove I'm still here. Now, if every single service did that every 10 minutes, we'd have trouble. So basically, if I'm not streaming on TikTok, I'm streaming on basically any other service. The ones I'm stronger on are definitely YouTube. I look at YouTube, I think up to, I was shocked actually, because I remember hitting 50 subscribers on YouTube, right? And then for some reason, I've randomly grown crazily. I've gone, let me have a look at this. View channel. Some quick look. So on YouTube, I'm now up to 290 subscribers. I swear I jumped 100. I don't remember being that high. I've got to be honest. It's that's crazy shit. But oh, so good. Thank you everyone on YouTube. Like, thank you so much for your support. And look, even though these sort of live streams can be kind of boring, I'm still testing the water. I stopped doing the big open sort of social live streams now. So let me pull you a bit closer. I got a feeling I'm talking to you quite far away. So let's tune it this way. There we go. Perfect. Oh, look at that. That's wonderful. Got a nice background in there as well. So yeah. So even though I know my live streams tend to be long and very waffly and unplanned, I try and do sort of funny little skits just around the place, little bits of sarcasm just to sort of keep things going. But honestly, there's behind that there's a lot of really great work going on at Horizon Worlds. There's a lot of very, very talented people. And if you haven't seen Your World featured yet, you may do soon. Yeah, I'm trying to get around as many as I can. Also, operating on UK time is a bit of a bind as well, because a lot of US creators, a lot of US social hubs, and it's like I'm trying my best to support the UK crew, because I think that the UK crew on here is feeling more than just a little bit unloved by this platform. We are. I did say rightly or wrongly to someone that I feel like people outside the US are, specifically creators, are feeling a little bit like second-class citizens, where we don't seem to get the same privileges as the US ones. And that's, I don't think that's a throwaway statement. I think there's something very serious there. But I'm confident that Mesa know this. I hope that they are acting on it. Just like every time you go into your manual and seeing recommendations for American run worlds, and it's like, I never seem to see any British ones in there. And given that people are coming in from the UK, that's quite serious. It's a bit like if I was coming in from France, I would expect some French worlds in there, because they would be busy at French times, especially the social hubs, right? And again, you've got Horizon France operates, they do a great job over there. But I do wonder if that's being shown to people who are coming in from France, will they come in straight away? Or if they're just being thrown off to like build up their worlds or, you know, whatever. Worlds made just sort of 3-year-olds. I'm trying not to be negative, I'm trying to be constructive. But I just think that nations do actually, in the mess of it, sure, you can be awake in all hours, be wherever you want, but in reality, we are real people behind it. And real people are awake at very different times. And I think if your first experience of coming to Horizons is being thrown into an American bar filled with, you know, very drunk American people, that's going to be bewildering. Or if it's to be thrown into a communal everyone area being screamed up by American kids. And there were also some really loud British kids as well, and some really loud sort of UK peeps. Yeah, I like that I can talk to people from every nation. I do, but at the same time, it's like I've noticed this battle really lights it at midnight UK time, because all the Brits, all the Americans sort of come in, and that's great. But I like to see the same thing at sort of UK times. I think rooms are running respectable numbers at the moment, which is fine, but I'm not seeing the same sort of density of people at UK times. It's bad because when I first came on, like there was always the British pub, which was amazing. So it was called A Very British Pub, AVBP, and that was run by a sort of team of people. And they did an amazing job, to be fair. And that was the reason I stayed in Horizon World. I probably wouldn't have stuck around if it wasn't for them. And I mean that wholeheartedly, because when I came in, my first 2 experiences coming into Horizon Worlds were 2 months apart, and it felt like a crash full of children. It was really strange. So I was sort of coming into these environments and just probably having the same experience that a lot of new people are having now. They come in and they're having the N-word shouted at them by some like 3-year-olds. It's just, that is a problem. And I think Horizons have made steps to sort of mitigate that now. I've noticed if you sign up with a new account, if you set your priority to high, if you come into public areas, your audio is set to garble, so you can't actually hear people kind of go at you, but it doesn't really solve the problem, because if you see someone coming up to you and shouting a bunch of warble at you, well, the first thing you're going to do is like say, oh, I can't tell what age this person is, they might actually be trying to talk to me, so I'm going to disable God. And then all you hear is see what they are actually saying, which is sort of squeaky 8-year-old sort of nonsense. And you're like, what? Why did I just install this app? Why did I come here if that's what I'm going to see? I'm going to see other people's kids just not being like ridiculous apps. It's just stupid. But then, you know, if you leave Horizons at that point, you really are missing the great stuff that's going on. Because there's a lot of good stuff going on in here. None of the good stuff is being advertised. Yeah, you open up your main menu, it's largely a waste of time. Let's go through it now, actually. Let's open up that main menu. I'll do it for you. Ready? I'm gonna open it not behind me a sec, so if I just jump back here, let's have a little look in Worlds. I don't want to force score them like that. Horizon Central, okay, fair dues. That's the official place, but just sort of wants to throw in a Benny's. That used to be like the big official place as well, like Plaza. But then beyond that, we've got like Bobble Bee Fishing. I have a lot of time for Bobble Bee Fishing. It's great. I do wish actually, just for threatening you with Bobble Bay, you could take 8 people in there. Because we like to use Bobble Bay as a hangout. You could should 4 people in there. So just opening a closed instance with your friends is great. You just sit around these really pretty islands, and I love Bobble Bay a lot. It's such a great art style. I feel that it's one of the better ones. Then you got Haunted High. But of course, if you go into public instances of these 3, generally you're going to be screamed at by a bunch of children. There's the average demographic that go into these places is about between 8 and 10 years old right now. Then it's predominant. I'm not even making this shit up. You'll find some adults will be in there sometimes, but it was literally just kids passing through and shouting bits. And then you've got like a Haunted High again. It's predominantly kids in there. Adults tend to form closed instances, and this is the problem. Like, this is the problem that affects every other sort of social network right now on the VR ones, is that adults get so pissed off with not being able to sort of freely roam without exposure to sort of like so many tiny little children. But they have to lock themselves away in closed instances. And that's not good for the ecosystem, because that means people literally will gather themselves off because of failures of the platform. And then, okay, let's keep going. So we've got Puzzle Paradise. I really like that one, actually. And that doesn't tend to be for the kids. And so it's a massive jigsaw well. Yeah, that's actually a really good one. You go in and you just sort of like, there's a big board, you select what puzzle you want to do. I'm just going to set myself to active sec, because I just realised I've set to offline. Oops. So that's really good. Bunkies, I've not been into Bunkies for a while, but I do know some of these OG creators tend to go in there. It's full of games. It's a bar that's full of games. Yeah, people seem to like that. That's popular. That's a good shout. But again, it's American, right? It's American. So that's, it might be operating all hours, but it's still an American bar. Yeah, and I believe it's generating revenue as well, which is great. MB's Golden Lion, well, again, great creator behind that. That's very popular as a 7 night spot for the UK crowd. That is actually run by the UK's finest ladies that I mentioned earlier. At least they are world designing it and they are moderating it, which is fantastic. Really so strong effort there. Dell, again, I think it's a Max two-player game, I'm not sure. What's this? Giant mini paddle golf. I don't know if that's changed since like a year ago, but I was sort of forced to play that at one point. It was not good. Not a good experience. They're like bad roommates. These two are, I think, two of the worst experiences in VR they've ever had. Just in terms of like, they're not good games. I get it that they were really games and they've got achievements. People, I think, play these things to get the achievements so you can unlock outfits from playing them. I think that's why people play them. I don't know Zoo Chef challenges. Never looked at that. And old Milwaukee, I mean, again, I went in there when it opened and it kept crashing my headset. So I'm against an American bar though, so that's not really my point. I don't know if it's got any better actually. I don't know anything about Milwaukee at all. So look at this. So that's actually made by a British guy. Jurassic Outrun, very good world. And that is by Fred. So Fred and Dropshot work together on all their worlds at the moment. They're an absolute dynamite couple. They are, yeah, they're so great in some of the experiences. That's what they make. They make whether it's horror experiences or sort of like, they've done a lot of kids experiences recently. Like one you get chased around by the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk. That's pretty fun. And they've done like a beachy sort of activity one recently as well, which is just like a whole lot of mini rides and attractions and stuff, which is really cool. But again, that's predominantly I'm not being for news meet your kids. Just Get Run on the other hand, no, that's enjoyed by adults. That's great. Sky High Trampoline Park. I thought Spy School, that's the visual one. That's actually okay. I don't mind Spy School. That when it first came out, I didn't think it was very good, but it's got better. A lot of these worlds are just full of children. Matt's Donald. I don't. It's McDonald's in. I don't know. I just think. Imagine it is. Imagine if your menu is now subdivided. So we would come in as someone from, say, country X. Are you from France? Are you from Germany? Are you from Japan? Or are you from, the UK or whatever? And you're an adult, right? So you came in your menu side just showing you places for adults from the UK. Like, holy shit. That would be amazing. That would be so amazing because that menu would just get infinitely more useful to people. Whereas at the moment, it's only useful to new people. Because once you've been in Horizons about a week or two, we kind of stopped using the front page of that menu and the recommendations so much. You'll still use the where are your friends right at the top, which is the top line in here. So that's kind of useful. Let's have a look. Now, I don't have it on here because the bot doesn't actually have any friends. That's intentional. But jump back in allows you to get to where you've been recently and join your friends. But the rest of the recommendations are generally not great for people unless you're in the US and a child. And I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but it's unfortunately true and we all know it. Yeah. So yeah, what they just need to do, they need to literally stick a massive firewall between adults and kids on this platform. So they can never see or interact with each other. Because I think kids would get more out of it that way. And adults definitely would. Imagine if they got it right. Imagine if Horizons was the first platform to get that right somehow. And so instead of talking about all the obstacles that are in the way of doing that, if they just did something which solved the problem, you'd have yourselves a fantastic product. Right, sorry, gotta keep thinking there. Try and draw a Lotus flower. And so I'm gonna take a white brush, I think. And we're gonna give it like a Toki warbled on about everything. Textures. I need to really fill a layer with the colour black to see what I'm doing here, because otherwise it's totally hopeless. If you go up to layers, say new pixel layer, into share with elf. Oh, are they? Great, that's perfect. Now if I jump into here, switch this cursor back here. So if I use Charles brushes, textures, dry media, I'm just gonna have a look through the brushes that are in here. It's not dry media they want. I think it's not. Oh shit. No, you wanna sell that. Oh, there's. I'm gonna switch the colour on that, I think. Yeah, it's not that. It's not that. Stop that. Come on. Back to brushes. You're back to. Ouch. That's not what I wanted. I think the size on that was too high. Oh Jesus, that's not. These are not good. Basic. Let's go basic now. It's not good basic. We gotta do oils. New oils. No. Do have to go to the gym at some point, guys. So. Oh Jesus. The fuck? Did that work down? So don't think these brushes are not being kind. It's this one, classic oil canvas. Oh. I mean, I've seen worse. Just look at the strap. Oh no, I know what I was going to do. I was going to go. I got horribly distracted. ChatGPT. So I want to say, draw me a now, make me an image of a flat Lotus petal. Here we go. Okay, so I'm looking at an interesting concept. So try again, but show me a single flat Lotus petal. So what it's generating is a cluster of them, and that's no good. So pick them apart. I say that's no good. I mean, there's usefulness in that, I guess. Oh, look at that! That's beautiful. Problem is, it's kind of lit it and shaded it, and that's not really helpful to me. Okay, show me again, but without the lighting. I spelled that right. Come out with it completely in the dark now, isn't it? Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so great. But can you draw exactly one of them without shadows and lighting? Right, okay. For a detailed draw of a Lotus petal and each shows a lighting fit. I'll describe it for you. Petal is flat. and elongated with gently curved edges. Yeah, sure. Inactivity detected in my life, so teasings. This is the fucking bullshit that pulls on me. It's like, hey, you're inactive. No, I'm not. You're not even looking. I'm just gonna try that one more time. So I've got now. I'm gonna take this. I think we can work with this, guys. If I leave from tech board in here, that is 102 by 124, which is fine. I think that's probably too high resolution. So what I now need to do is to use the. There's a background the background removal tool in Affinity actually, which was a bit of a magic find. Let me just go into layers. Pull that down there, and we're going to say, right, over here. Oh, that's cool. Steering lists. Okay. Still not effective. Still works. Keeping a bit of shadow behind. I do love Affinity. It's great. Need to up the tolerance on this, I guess. Yeah, the time needs to rise to a bit of. That's working a bit better. Tolerance needs to go higher. What's the sample continuously, hey? Shit, volume me to it. Okay, so we're gonna try. I don't know. Flood erase tool? Oh, damn, it's too high. Tolerance needs to come down to like 9, I think. Shit. So. I give up. Let's use the freehand tool. So I'm gonna just mark this like so. Right. Now I need in Blender. Once I've done this, guys, to model a single Lotus pen. I'm not a 3D designer, by the way. What I am is a qualified idiot. And I tend to stumble my way through everything. But I always get them. I always get them. Beginner at everything. But right, Control I and then remove. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to feather that selection. So document layer, arrange filters. Feather up to no, not 37 pixels. What the hell are you playing at? So I need to take that up to probably about 5. And then we invert that. Oh, I think I did that all around. So I'm gonna delete that. Do that. Invert that again. We're gonna feather up to. Here we got anti-alias as well. We're gonna just see what the effect of setting the feather to 140 is. Oh, killer. Okay, come the other way and no. We set further down, I go to refine edge. It's not feather that I want. It's gonna be smooth. Smooth is the inside, maybe? Nope, feather is the inside. Now, brown. Well, no, I just can't be bothered to be fair. Just, yeah. So, if stuff is too much brainwork would just give up. Stupid. Right. Export to again a little Blender projects in here, and then we're gonna say like just leaf. Very perfect. Save that. Great. Okay. Now looking at the structure of a Lotus petal. First thing I need to do, I'm sorry guys, I need to oh, fuck's sake, sorry. This thing keeps stealing my focus. Let me just, I can't minimize for you. What the hell? Going to Blender a sec. So I'm gonna get rid of camera. I'm gonna get rid of that as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna pull in now a match, which I think is gonna be a plane. I think that's probably the best thing. So it's quite small, which is good. There is our plane. I hope that's coming through. I need to just double check that actually on the stream. Let's make sure my volume is down. Yeah, good. Okay, so we now have this plane. But what I need to do is I need to map texture to this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly, if I go into UV editing here, bring that in. I'm just going to quickly shut the window for the stream a sec, because there's no point in seeing this bit. Oh, okay, it'll be back in just a sec. So if I go into images and open, I think. I go into, it's in the pictures. No, it's in the Blender projects. It's under Lotus Leaf. Right, great. Okay, now I'm going to turn this back on the set. Just one there. So I've imported the Lotus Leaf texture, okay? Oh, shit. I forgot how to use Blender, suddenly. Yeah, of course, that's... what is it? Get that. So just run back to layer set now. If we go back to UV editing, so all I need to do now is I need to, with this selected, always very careful. So his F3, I believe, brings up the quick menu. We say unwrap. Unwrap. So, UV. If I want to look here, this is the texture, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring... select everything here. I'm going to scale it down, okay? Again, I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're going to do it anyway. This never stopped me before, guys. Because we are scale now on, I think, the x-axis inwards a little bit. Great. Gee, bring that in. I always love it when I'm sort of spending time with sort of 3D artists and I'm sort of talking through Blender, because a lot of what I say translates to I'm pressing the G, I'm saying what the shortcuts of what I'm doing out loud, Y, and if I was like, no, you shouldn't be doing G there. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, you're right, it's a rotate, isn't it? So I should be saying R. G is grab, R is rotate, and S is scale. Fundamentals of Blender, if you didn't know. So anyway, that is now in there as the Lotus Leaf. So I'm just gonna try and move this thing out of the way so it's not in the way. So what I now need to do here is I need to see this Lotus Leaf actually on here. So what's UV maps? We've got our UV map, which is fine. So we're going here now. What do I get? To my, actually, I'm in to bring a camera, guys. So I'm not sure again because I'm an idiot. I'm not sure if bring a camera in. It's the where is the fucking camera? Not being so neat. Oh, is he at the center? Oh, he is. Right. So just remember, there's a set. Now, hang on. S3. Set. Camera? No. Camera. No. There should be. This is layout view. Should be. Oh, gee. Let's press F12 though. It's not making it. So if I go into texture, to the end here, no. There's definitely something that I've just done, and I can never. I struggle with Blender. I really do. I think it's a massively extensible utility, but for doing quick damn things like using Unity, you can just drag textures on things that automatically creates the materials. But here's the problem when you oh, this is a material. Okay, surface. I can't see what objects are in here. go through with this. Let me just sorry. Yeah, just shut this down for 2 seconds. Okay. This leaf. If I do that there, is that particularly enjoying that or what? So if I just hit active here and I go render, what happens? Like, so I've just said to this, yes please, map this in. And Brenda's like, yeah, okay, no. Absolute fool. Sorry, I feel my way around this a sec. Let's bring Blender back in out. So I've just assigned the fucking texture to this and gone, yes, this is the texture I would like you to use. Oh shit, I just noticed. Now, going to here. Surface needs to be oh, thank you, Matthew. Thank you for the show. Joe, I have to run across to a word browser because I have no idea what I'm doing. So, how to take a image and assign it as an alpha texture to an object in Blender. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got Hey Sprite Cranberry. That's it. Prepare your I need to check the other chap's a sec while that answer's generating. I'm always very curious about this thing. It's sad. Doesn't seem to be actually showing in the live chats. Yeah, see a lot of people actually have joined the Instagram one. That's not being reflected over here, which means this utility has kind of let me down a bit. It's not showing me the truth. But, I can see YouTube aligned. Oh, I'm gonna just refresh the YouTube one. Yeah, again, that's not showing any. So let's go here. I think this one. So you might refresh. Sorry guys, I'm trying my best to keep going with it. Cool. Look. Back to the Doodle window. Oh, that's just died. I have like all these windows in tile format. And yet they've all just shown gray squares now. I may need to restart that. Let's do it. Let's do it! Because that's completely crashed on me. I don't get into that game of clicking the close button a million times. That never ends well. Just hit exit there. Poison likes to. Thing there. And he's crashed in the background. There with you. Asking it to exit gracefully and it is not. So if I end task there and try reloading it, see me here. I'm really hungry as well. No, what's in dinner today? I know I do need to get to the gym at some point as well. I'm going to earmark to 2 o'clock for that, and hopefully I don't feel sleepy. We shall see. Okay. Uh-oh. What is your running through? Okay, Right. So... jump back to, sorry, where was I? I was in here, ChatGPT. So it says, prepare your image. Fine, yeah, done it. Import your object. I don't need to import it, I've just created it. Switch to the shader editor. In the top bar, click on shading to open the shader editor workspace. With your object selected, go to the material properties tab. Oh, shader editor said principal B SDF. No, Jesus, I just want to put a fucking image on an object. I hope this. Why am I going to do node editing of shaders? Why? This is strange. I'm busy. I haven't used Blender for a very, very long time. I'm still trying to relearn it now, but you know, you say things like principal BSDF model to me, and I'm just like, why? Mate, I just want to put an image. I want to put an image on an object. I'm happy with EG mapping it. That's fine. But what is all this bullshit? I'm just gonna say, can I do this without using principles BSDF? So again, these are for output to a game engine, right? I don't necessarily want to do these. Yeah, actually, I think a lot of these sort of BSDF things as well, I don't know, but do they even work if I import this into Unity, or is that all going to be sort of for like nothing? Okay, note, remove principal B image texture, set up your workspace, create a new material. So I'm going to create a new material. Need to create a new material, fine. I'm going to show you guys those principal B. Right, so we're deleting the principal BD S dash, in the shit. This is all too much. Diffuse BSDF, lower your image, connect the nodes, enable alpha blending. Bastard. Right, okay. So okay, I'm gonna try Earth. So it didn't say in the material. I don't even know what's going on. In here. So if it's refraction. I'm fucking now. Is it diffuse? Is it diffuse BSDF? Okay, sure. Now how do I get an image in there? Is there a right image? Oh. So we've got an image in there, that's fine. Fine. Yeah, okay, so there's an image in there. But why am I not seeing the image on there, if that makes any sense? Right. Oh, goddamn. I think I might need to find an easier 3D editor, because this Blender is ridiculously good. Like, don't there's a lot of stuff in here, but it comes at a cost. But the learning ramp is just insane. Because there's no shortcuts to do anything. Like, I remember back in sort of early days of 3D editors for level design, you could simply just like, I'm gonna drop a cube and map this texture onto it. Great. I'm gonna choose the tiling. Fine. Whatever. But this one's like, I want to do that now, and it's like, how do I do that? Hey, that camera. Oh, select active camera. Align active camera to selected. Okay, let's try it. Align active camera to select. Let's hit F12 and see what happens. So I'm not even seeing that thing, right? It's crazy. If I rotate it, actually, if I rotate on the Y, I want to do it 180. We're going to basically full flip it. I'm just going to test that it wasn't just pointing downwards. No, just kidding. So if I go in here and select that bash again, those instructions. Load your image. Open an image texture node. Okay, but that's what I just done. Surely I'm in the UV editor. I've got my image. Right? Pull us this way and actually see what's this. That is viewpoint shader. That is view. Okay, method to display object. Let's just go all out. See this one. With textures. I don't know. Oh my god, this is frustrating. So we definitely got the right model aligned. So if we select all these, you actually see it does draw the right box around it. That's fine. But for some reason, I'm not just too different. Right. What if I remove the material? Can I do that? Right. Oh shit, wait a sec. Oh. It's fine. Does it sign or anything? No, it doesn't. Select, no. So what about the object? Can I go and see it? It's been a while then. Object. Is there anything in here to do with shaders or materials? No. Or images? No. Try this again. So if I say somewhere under here there's that smart UV project. Do it. I don't care. Just unwrap it. A skill naps. So is that done it? Great. Does that now actually work? No, it doesn't. Let's just remove the material, and that's remove texture. Off. Right, come on. How hard could this be? Object, right? Objects. Good. We've got the UV map there. Or we got a Lotus leaf texture here. Right. No, I don't know what I just did there. View layer. I think I need to render result with the set. Yeah, Lotus leaf. Great. So selected that. Yes. I can see this just turning into a massive roundabout circle thing. I think it's a combination of my brain just not wanting to accept information, how to assign an image to a plane in Blender. I asked ChatGPT an earnest question, and it came back with about 50 paragraphs, and I'm like, it can't be that difficult. It can't be that difficult. I refuse to believe that. There's either some new fancy way of coming in that you've got to put it into a principal BSD, whatever the fuck, and then that works well with the new rendering pipelines, etc., etc. That's I'm not using rendering pipelines. I'm not using this to actually render the output as such. I'm basically trying to get something to import into a game engine. This should not be difficult. So let's have a little look. How to import images as? Oh, you bastard! I've heard about this. Yeah, no, I've heard about this. This is it. There's actually a way to
So you want to import images as planes in Blender. I'm going to go ahead and R, and then we'll go ahead and type in search images, and then make sure images as planes is in its shift.
Import images as planes. Right, so it's in add-ons. So that must be downloaded today. Now, let's have a look. So if we go into, let's just kill all this shit. Let's go new project. I'm bored of this. So new project general. Don't save. And then what we do is we go into add-ons, which is in preferences, and then come on, preferences. And then we go into add-ons, and it's called import images. Now, what? You didn't import add-ons, what the fuck? What's this? Learn how to import using Blender's add-on import images.
To add in an images as planes. Now, what we're going to do is degrees on the x-axis, and then
sorry, I'm going to take this back if I can just minimize the volume on that. So what's he saying? He's saying, yeah, men there, nimdokta.
X-axis and location.
Yeah.
Edit preferences, and then we'll go ahead and type in search images, and then make sure images as planes is. Checked.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Phil Today we are planes. Delete. Go to add-ons, and you can see
you may be familiar with the import functions in Blender, such as import images as planes. In the earlier versions of Blender. And even if this was not visible, you could go to the Edit Preferences and enable the add-on called Images as Planes from here. But this has changed since the 4.2 version of Blender is released. Now this is missing. We don't have this menu option to import images as planes in the Import menu. And even if we go to Edit Preferences in the Add-ons tab, we can't see the add-on called Images as Planes. It's not listed here. This function is now moved into the Add menu. Under Images, we have a new option added called
Thank you.